Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif will try for a second time to return home on Sunday. He's been in Saudi Arabia since Pervez Musharraf ousted him in a coup 8 years ago. Meanwhile, Pakistan is condemning yesterday's decision that suspended it from the Commonwealth. The CBC's Adrian Arsenault reports.
Their protests now must feel like impotent acts, just symbolic routines. Dozens lash out and police immediately grab them. Pakistanis seem to be running out of meaningful ways to signal their fury with President Pervez Musharraf. So is much of the world. Yesterday's decision to suspend Pakistan from the Commonwealth, just one more act of frustration with Musharraf's refusal to end emergency rule. It may mean very little on the ground.
But it is not enough of pressure on President Musharraf. It has its symbolic value, it will make some headlines, but Musharraf is continuing to do what he wants.
The response of the regime was a shrug and a bit of bluster.
The CMAC decision is unreasonable and unjustified. Pakistan will review its association and further cooperation with the organization.
There have been some changes in Pakistan in the last week. Thousands who'd been detained during demonstrations have been released. And Musharraf's hand-picked Supreme Court has now, not surprisingly, approved his election, paving the way for him to be sworn in as a civilian president and end his role as army chief. That move could be imminent. Will he still hold sway with the army once he's out of uniform? When asked that days ago, he erupted.
This army is with me all along. Even if I'm not in uniform, this army will be with me, let me assure you.
That declaration may be tested very soon. But what of the end of emergency rule? What about free elections? Those are the critical questions that still go unanswered by a stubborn and increasingly isolated Pakistan. Adrian Arsenault, CBC News.